years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally. Third-generation star Dale Earnhardt Jr. brings him to the flag. Checkered flag waving. It's over. It's Earnhardt.
He's going to do it. He's going to win the race and the NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship. California's Kevin Harvick does it.
You are the 2014 Sprint Cup champion.
The 24-year-old from Dawsonville, Georgia, is about to join his father, Awesome Bill, in elite company. Chase Elliott is a NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Ah! Ring that sign, boys! Yes!
And the 1991 winner of the Daytona 500 is Ernie Irvan, the Morgan McClure Chevrolet.
What the fuck, Phil? What the fuck was this, Phil?
This is bullshit.
Clean Air Show, episode 11. Championship reaction show. Keep hitting that horn. We're here. I'm half in the bag.
I just got off work.
Well, Hot Dog Horse Team does it. I mean, I literally, as the checkered flag wave, put us live.
I was over in Discord watching with Brandon, and I was like, oh shit, he's already sending me the stuff.
Oh, dude, literally, I did this live.
Playing 5 in my ass.
Well, I'll say the Xfinity and truck races were way better than this.
Hey, I've been saving this hat for a special occasion. Never been worn, but
Justin Allgaier getting it done.
Allgaier?
Better than this bullshit I'm watching on my TV right now. If you're looking at me,
I turned it off.
Ah, dude, I can't believe this. I told you when these playoffs started, or I'm sorry, when these playoffs were getting through, that that Joey Logano was going to win this championship when he got added in instead of Alex Bowman. I told you the every even year bullshit is going to come back again. What's up, Patrick? And I was spot on with that. I was spot on with that through the whole playoffs. This man literally just got gifted a championship and was not at all the best driver all season. In fact, was the worst of the 4 drivers in the championship, the worst drivers of the final 8, and he wins the championship.
Oh, yeah, 100%, Tristan.
Want to talk about the most tuned up Ford? That man failed inspection twice, and I knew at that moment he was going to win the championship. I knew at that moment it was over.
I said I wanted anybody but him, 100%.
I was praying for anybody there at the end. Blaney, Byron, Reddick was a no-show the entire day.
Yeah, he made that one move to the outside and passed like 4 people on the restart, and that was about the only thing I heard him do.
I mean, is this the worst 3-time champion we've ever seen? So what did he win it? In 2016, he won it, right?
Oh, son of a bitch. I just sent Zins everywhere. Everywhere, dude. I'm talking on the floor. All right, we're good. It's only 2.
I'm baffled by all this, dude. I am baffled by all this.
I mean, after the injunction notice this week, that kind of not a very strange situation in my books.
I'm a little upsetty. This is not at all what we wanted to see as an end of a season.
Not even close. Not at all.
I'm pulling up some stats here, and that's why I'm a little quiet right now.
You're good.
So this season, Logano had 4 wins, 3 poles, 7 top 5s, 13 top 10s. Okay. Drivers around him this season, Ryan Blaney had 3 wins, 1 pole, 12 top 5s, 18 top 10s. Reddick had 3 wins, 3 poles, what did he finish today? 12 top fives and 21 top tens. And Byron had 3 wins, 1 pole, 13 top fives, and 21 top tens. Let's go back a little bit here. In 2022, Logano had 4 wins, 4 poles, 11 top fives, 17 top tens. Ross Chastain had 2 wins, 15 top tens, 15 top fives, 21 top tens. Christopher Bell had 3 wins, 4 poles, 12 top fives, 20 top tens. And Chase Elliott had 5 wins, 4 poles, 12 top fives, 20 top tens. All 3 drivers in 2022 were better than Logano. Let's go back a little bit further. 2018, 3 wins, 1 pole, 13 top fives, 26 top tens for Logano. The rest of the championship for Truex, 4 wins, 4 poles, 20 top fives, 21 top tens. Harvick, 8 wins, 4 poles, 23 top fives, 29 top tens. 29 top tens, folks. And Kyle Busch, 8 wins, 5 poles, 22 top fives, 22 top tens.
8 wins.
Joey Logano, in not a single championship he has won, has been the best driver all season long. He has been a playoff merchant since this whole thing has begun. And this is why. He is not a 3-time champion, folks. And I know it sounds like I am bitching up a storm about it. It's because I hate this stupid fucking format.
I want it just to go away. I want stage racing to go away, and I want the chase to go away.
This is so fucking dumb. He was the worst of the top 4 this year. I've already said, excuse me, he was the worst of the top 8 this season. Average finish of what? 14th, 15th all season long. Patrick, MTJ's full-time roller coaster career comes to an end. Hell of a career. Absolutely. Truex. I mean,
hey,
getting the pole was last race.
Big news today that FedEx is not
FedEx
returning?
is gone. We'll get to that in a second.
I just saw that. I'm catching up. I worked all day, guys. So I saw like the last 50 laps of the race, and that's it.
That's why Reddick lost. Phil spilled his ins.
I only spilled 2. We're good.
I love the hat design. Reddick was quiet as church mouse. Absolutely. Reddick was a non-factor all day long. Blaney about to go complain to the media like usual. That probably not, because Penske ended up winning the championship. Logano's a 3-time champ, Jesus. And I know I'm going to beat this dead horse to death for the rest of 2024. He was not the best driver in any of his championships. Not a one. Didn't have the most wins in any of his championships, I believe. Yeah, because he had 3 wins in 18. Harvick and Busch had 8. In 2022, he did have the most wins. I'm sorry. No, he didn't. Chase Elliott did with 5 that season. And then this year, naturally, like Larson, 6 wins, didn't even make the playoff 4. He didn't have the most top 5s in any of the seasons he won a championship. He did not have the most top 10s in any of the season he won a championship. This is literally a fake championship. Whether you want to call it that or not, or whether you hate that idea or not, this is an asterisk championship, no doubt. And this is the raw reactions. This is literally, they have not even presented the trophy yet. He's done the burnout. He's hugging his family. I know I'm a little bitter right now, but it's just because he is not the champion. Tristan, great comment. Statistically speaking, who should be your true champion? This season, it should have been Larson as a whole. Like, Larson was great. I think if you look at the Winston Cup points, I believe Chase Elliott would have won if it was the Winston Cup points. Of the final 4, it should have been Reddick and nobody else. Reddick was light years above the championship for this season.
Reddick is the one who drove the hardest and actually earned it, in my opinion. The drive he did at the Roval. I mean, he drove his balls off in that race where he took Elliott out and when he went flipping. I mean, the guy drove his ass off, and it comes down to one race. It's dumb. It shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be. And
you and I had this conversation. Should be 4 types of races, 1 of each kind, 4 races, best of those 4 wins.
Absolutely, Tristan. The comeback after Vegas. I mean, that. I guess I would have taken Blaney as a champion here. I did not see Byron as a champion. I didn't see Logano as a champion this season. It had to be either Reddick or Blaney. And even then, Reddick was light years above Blaney this season as a full season talking point. Reddick was light years ahead. And again, this is going to be such a bitter show, and I hate that it's going to be this way. This literally explains the entire reason why I hate this stupid format. This is an absolutely dumb format. This race sucked. This was not a good Cup race by any means. This race was awful. We had to have a caution with 40 to go to make this race even interesting. Tristan says, I don't see Blaney being as good this year, to be honest. He had a quality year, multiple wins, but it wasn't champion. Exactly. If you look at the season as a whole, he was not the best driver. Neither was Logano. Neither was Byron. And truly speaking, neither was Reddick. It was Larson all season long was the class of the field.
I think Larson, Bell, and Reddick were the three real main contenders all season.
And I agree with that. I 100% agree with that.
The fourth, for me, like if we took away that and you just take the top four and you pick the fourth best driver out of everybody, it's so hard.
This is an absolute bullshit way to decide a season-long champion. Mm-hmm. And I know Steve Phelps decided to get up on the stage and says he loves the way the direction the playoffs are going and loves that the racing is producing. Yeah, it's going to produce over your head racing when there's one race that decides the whole thing. There's no doubt about that. But you ruin your sport's legitimacy when shit like this happens. Logano is not a true champion here, and I am going to get roasted for this whole thing. And I get it. But this isn't it. This is not it.
Well, I can tell you there's some pretty funny shit being posted on Twitter. Let me read a couple of these because I just searched something trying to find the Winston Cup points format and where we would be. So the first one that came up says, so the 14th place car in the point standings just won the NASCAR Cup Series title. Cool. Sick format we have, NASCAR. Fucking phenomenal. And then the next one says, Joey Logano wins the playoffs. In the Mario Kart 8 format, this gives him 123 points, which is the least amount of points a canonical champion had. Christopher Bell is the Mario Kart champion with 211 points.
Again, man, there's just...
But that's it. That's our point right there. Everybody is making a laugh about it. Like,
is this the first time our worst driver won the championship out of it in the Final Four playoff format? Because what? It would have been Ross in 22, right? Because like Ross was the worst of the four championship drivers statistically. Who was it last year? Was it Bell last year? Would have been the worst of the four, I believe.
I think so.
I mean, this is the first time I think the worst of the four won it. Maybe Harvick in 14 was the worst of the four.
I mean,
Newman was. Wasn't Newman in that one?
Newman was in that one. Biggest long shot, but I mean, you could still call him the favorite. Would have been Kyle Busch when he won after he broke his legs. I mean,
right, but he broke his leg. I mean,
he was also grandfathered in, with all due respect.
True.
That is something I think should be gone away.
Yeah, Newman would have been the worst in 14.
If you're suspended, if you're, any of that, you should not be allowed in the championship. That's it. Done. If it is something that you're getting penalized that harshly for and you have to sit out a race, you should not be grandfathered in with a playoff berth or a waiver, whatever the hell they call it. I don't agree with that. You should have to race your way in.
And look, Phil, we're 15 minutes into the show. Congratulations to all the Joey Logano fans. Congratulations. Celebrate this championship. You and I are both purists in this form, and it's probably guilty to a fault. We don't acknowledge this as a champion. I know it sounds so cliche between elections and champions and all that. I don't acknowledge this as a championship. He gets the patch at the end of the year. He gets the championship shirt, the championship flag. But it's not worth as much as it used to be. Harvick or Hamlin said a couple years ago, it means more to win a Daytona 500 than it means to win a NASCAR championship. And it's because of this stupid fucking format we've got.
Where did Chase Elliott finish today?
7th, 8th, I think.
Chase Elliott would be your champion. So Winston Cup playoff, I have the points, the top 10 in points, Winston Cup points after Martinsville would be Chase Elliott by 13 points over Bell, Reddick 78 points back, Byron 95 points back, Larson 143, Busher 335, Blaney 352, Chastain 364, Bowman 365, Keselowski 399.
This would have made Chase a two-time champion, by the way, if it was Winston Cup points, because he would have won it in 22 as well, I believe.
Harvick would have like 4. Jimmy Johnson would have like 1.
Yeah, that's the strange thing is Johnson wouldn't have any if it was that.
And then Gordon would be a 7-time champ.
I don't know, man. That's true, Tristan. You can win a Daytona 500, not a championship, get in the Hall of Fame. Denny Hamlin is a championship driver or a Hall of Fame driver. He's getting in, no doubt, no questions asked. First ballot, Denny Hamlin's getting in. If you want to touch on the FedEx stuff, it absolutely sucks that a longtime sponsor of the sport like FedEx appears to be leaving, and especially leaving Denny Hamlin, who they've been with since 2006 when he made his debut, and had been with Joe Gibbs Racing since 2004, 2003.
JJ Yaley, Bobby Labonte, Jason Leffler.
An absolute ton of drivers that FedEx is sponsored for, and it sucks. It falls in the lines of the Lowe's, the Home Depots, the Budweisers, I guess DuPont's still in with Exalta.
GM, Goodwrench.
GM, very good. A good call there. It sucks, but it's the direction we're heading. There is no driver with one sponsor all season anymore. I guess you could point to Chase with Napa, and even they're not on their car for like 10 races out of the year. We got the whole 2311 thing going on, and I know it seems like I'm rambling, but it all connects somewhere. The 2311 charter agreement, that being not given its injunction, is absolutely asinine.
Mm-hmm. And the way they addressed it is asinine. That response you sent me the other day, their response towards it was just, it was pretty much big.
This is a dark day for NASCAR, I feel. And I might be speaking way too far and out of line for all this, but this is a dark day for the sport.
Honest opinion, last night's race, best one of the weekend.
Yeah,
as always.
And truck race was a really close second. I mean, even though Majeski dominated the truck series race, it was very close at the end. It could have went to any of the 4 there at the end. Yesterday, Austin Hill tried to play spoiler and all that, and probably screwed Cole Custer's chances at a chance of a championship. But I thought at least yesterday, the most deserving driver in that race won.
Dude, he drove his ass.
Absolutely. Coming from the back to the front numerous times, the speeding penalty on pit road, the restart violation that led to the speeding penalty on pit road.
Which I agree with. I mean, I understand. He was definitely...
You and I were both together in person. We watched it live, and I told you, sitting in this exact chair that I'm in, you were sitting right here. I said to you, I get it, but I probably wouldn't have penalized that. Does he change lanes? Sure. Did he do it and improve his position out of it? Not really. I mean, if he was door-to-door, what was it, Josh Williams in front of him at the time? If he was door-to-door with Josh Williams as he got to the line, different story. He literally dropped down right as he got to the line. It was a hair close. It was a split-second close. Ended up not mattering. Allgaier wins the championship. The celebration with Junior was absolutely phenomenal. This leaves such a sour taste in my mouth this season for what a great season it was for me as a fan, personally. I know, Phil, you share some of that sentiment going to Homestead, starting the show. It just feels like such a dagger in the back on what would have been such a great season had anybody but Logano won it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I told you before, when Bowman got penalized and they added Logano to this, that it was going to be Joey Logano winning your championship as he raises the trophy right now. I feel good for his fans. I'm glad that, one of the fan bases gets to celebrate a championship tonight. It shouldn't have been him. It just should not have been Joey Logano tonight.
My question is, if it was anybody else that got to this bumper like Blaney would have, I think they would have drove in the corner and he wouldn't have been there.
I think if Blaney had got to his bumper, he was sending it, and he did not care who came out of that corner in the lead. I believe. I want to believe.
I mean, Logano moved him with 70 to go or whatever it was on that one restart. So,
God, this sucks. This absolutely sucks. Looks like NBC's coverage just went off the air. That is it for your 2024 NASCAR season.
did you remember how long the post-race shows used to be?
Dude, it used to, even up till a couple years ago, it used to last at least another hour after the race. I know NBC's got to get ready for Sunday Night Football to start, and I would imagine this championship celebration's moving to USA, and I'll check right now. God, I'm just more mad than anything that this is how this season ends. It should not have ended this way, man.
No. Not at all.
This was such a good season. There were stories everywhere all season long. Tristan, does NASCAR take a look at their own system, do anything? No, they don't, because they had their damn state of the sport announcement on Thursday night, and literally told you that everything they've seen is perfect and it's the exact way they want it, and they don't want to see any change. This sport will not take any steps forward or any way to improve it until this current leadership leaves. I posted that in a tweet and it got 15 likes or something like that. Nothing crazy.
Dude, my kid just said, what if Logano fails tech?
I would be much happier. In this situation, I would be so much happier if Logano would just fail tech and they gave the championship to Blaney. Even though they've already awarded the trophy, even though they already awarded the race win, I don't give a shit. It should not be Logano in this situation. It should never have been Logano in this season. Alex Bowman was more deserving than Joey Logano was. I don't care what anybody says, and I'm not even an Alex Bowman fan. It should have been somebody else. Anybody else. It's wild that Kyle Busch, for the first time ever, does not win a cup race all year. Yeah, that's another big storyline leaving this. Is that the first time ever since he started cup racing that he's not won a race?
Yep.
That's insane to believe, man. No coverage on USA right now. I'll go to the MSNBC side of things, because isn't that where they normally go, or CNBC?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't even know if I want to watch it. I just want to see if they give us any more coverage than this. Because you just crowned a champion. If that was Chase Elliott, if that was Kyle Larson, and I like to say if that was Tyler Reddick, this championship celebration would have went on no matter if there was a pregame show or not, I feel. My opinion. Nothing on CNBC. Nothing on MSNBC. How do you just end it like that? It is, yeah, that is wild. Remember, he also went winless in 2012 Xfinity. I mean, Xfinity, I don't necessarily count into this argument. He wasn't racing every weekend in Xfinity like he was in Cup. I mean, but then again, in his 2015 season, he won, 5 races? When he broke his leg?
Yeah.
My head's spinning. I've had a lot of alcoholic beverages in the last 24 hours. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know what the reaction is. Reddick at least tried to make it interesting.
Have another one, bud.
In stage 3. I don't know how Elliott and Buescher didn't wreck. I have no idea how that came out without a caution. Elliott was completely looking towards the fence there for a good second and a half.
Zane Smith hit a friggin' ton, didn't he?
Zane Smith hit a ton, and that's the caution that ended up bringing out the final restart.
That's when I got home.
And what was it at that point? Was it Byron leading the championship standings at that point? Was Byron ahead of the other two?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's when they all stayed out.
Tristan, I don't ever agree with you pretty much at all, but this one I agree with. Kyle Busch's 2015 championship is more legitimate than this. Absolutely. Got the waiver and all that. We talked about waivers a little bit earlier. But that is more legitimate than this. He was probably the class of the field when he came back. Absolutely went on a tear. Was better than anybody else. That was more deserving than this. It kind of a homer take. Chase Elliott's 2020 championship is more legitimate than this. Even though that should have been Harvick's year and it shouldn't have been close.
I would rather see Sheldon Creed win a race.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
I would have rather see Austin Hill win the championship last night than this.
He almost did.
No, he did not.
He almost did. He got close.
What were the first words I said to you when I got to your house last night? Besides nice fence.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
First thing I said to AJ, he's like, "Hey, guess what? Austin Hill's leading right now." It's like, "You go fuck yourself." It's like the whole time we were there, he's like, "Oh, Austin Hill." And I'm like, "Hey, AJ, Austin Hill has freaking gauges blinking in his car and shit, and they're worried about it."
The Texas fall race kind of was a downfall on Harvick when it came to 2020. Yeah, and I guess the Martinsville showing wasn't the greatest, especially there at the end. Who did he spin there? Was it Kyle Busch at the end of that Martinsville race? Patrick at least is on your side, Phil. He'd love to see Creed win a race too. As an Austin Hill fan, I just can't get behind Sheldon Creed whatsoever. And I forget why I'm mad at Sheldon Creed, but I'm just mad at him still, even when I see him.
Who would you rather meet, Sheldon Creed or Joey Logano?
Sheldon Creed, and it's not even close.
Yeah, rest in peace to Stuart Haas.
At least they went out with a win yesterday, right?
Yeah, and Noah had a good run.
Noah had a good run today. Dude, Spire came on today like no other. The Hocevar was battling that top 10 all day.
Riley Herbst still has 0 plans.
Which is crazy because that all falls in line with what happens to 2311. Junior putting it best, Logano has that cuck hair piece.
It's like Jimmy Spencer Jr.
Jimmy Spencer Jr.
And I couldn't stand that son of a bitch either.
I'm just frustrated, bro.
I like your shirt, though. I will give you that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Dude, that Truex car today, the way they used the E without the E.
That was nice. That was nice.
Love it.
I will say it doesn't do it justice because the first car was painted. Like the debut car was a painted car. The wrap doesn't do the color of the car justice.
Doesn't do it right.
It actually makes it to me look too light.
It's not metallic enough. That's the problem.
And you don't get that on a wrap like you would a normal painted car. When did they stop painting cars? When they went to the next gen? Because I know Hendrick was still painting their cars there at the end before they went to next gen.
They still partially do some of the cars.
But it's not like the main
like
the cars
the Exalta
anymore.
Cars are all paint, as far as I know. Because that's what Exalta is, and that's part of their deal is that they have to be painted.
Can you believe, Phil, as I'm scrolling now YouTube, that there is no extension of the championship celebration? Oh, dude, Junior, they just came out. Actually, I saw this weekend people posting pictures of the hauler where they had the hats and the stickers and the magnets, and I'm kind of pissed because I want a Bud 8 hat so bad. It's a nice shirt.
I like your dad's.
Oh, he was wearing it yesterday.
I know. I saw it. Remember, I was there.
The car and helmet were fire. I didn't see the helmet. Do you have a picture of the helmet, Phil? I didn't see the helmet.
I didn't see the helmet.
I'm sure you'll see it in Bristol next year. I'm sure I'll see the rest of it when I go to Daytona in February. Junior, did I see you in Bristol this weekend or this year? I don't remember seeing you. What was I about to look up, Phil? I was about to look up something. I forgot.
Helmet.
Helmet?
Yeah. He wasn't there. He went in 22.
Trying to find the
I mean, I went 2 for 3 in championship picks. I do want to say that, though.
I feel like I should get half credit for this one. I picked Reddick, but I told you the minute they entered Logano into it that he's winning the championship.
I'll give you it. I'll give you 1 point just because Austin Hill lost. I'll give you the little guy.
Do I get a half point for that one too? Do I go
Nah.
do I go 2 for 3 on the weekend?
Nah.
I can't find anything on the helmet. If anybody can send me a link on what the helmet looked like, I would be more than appreciative.
I just didn't. I did not expect Logano.
Fuck, I did. I did expect Logano.
But even towards the end of the race, I didn't see it. I thought Byron and Blaney both had better cars. I didn't think he could do it.
Patrick got it 2 out of 3 too. I did say Majeski was going to win. Was I the only one who said Majeski was going to win?
I said Majeski was going to win, but I wanted Enfinger to win.
Majeski, how that truck pass inspection is unreal to me because that thing dominated the entire race and there wasn't even a question of who the champion was going to be.
I think a lot of it though, I think it's that short track. Like I think the way Phoenix handles is like a lot of the like late model tracks that they go to, kind of like he gets a good feel from them of like what different tracks are and he could put it together because he does that traveling around where these guys don't.
How much you want to bet ThorSport put in the same setup that they gave Ben Rhodes the last 2 years too for that
race? How about Connor Jones being a dickhead again?
Dude, did Tyler Ankrum not hit 15 trucks on that caution?
Oh my God.
That guy was hitting everybody. I'm watching him and I'm like, there's one truck. There's another. Oh.
How about that right rear last night by Alfredo?
Oh,
who was that?
Anthony, Fast Pasta was getting into
who'd he right rear? Stephen Parsons, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Stephen Parsons. Yeah.
Stephen
Got
Parsons.
I hate 2 laps.
I told AJ I hate watching any race that Phil Parsons announces when Stephen Parsons is there because it reminds me of Rusty Wallace when Stephen Wallace always ran. And he was always like, Stephen Wallace, man, that's a fast cat today. But that's every time.
35th.
Yeah, Phil Parsons is always like, yeah, Stephen Parsons. He's been working in the street. Shut up, Phil.
No one was touching Majeski on Friday,
No.
Patrick. Absolutely nobody. Class the field. I feel bad for Corey Heim, who is, again, stuck in Truck Series hell. A series that rivals the ARCA series is potentially one of the worst racing series I've ever watched. And it used to never be that way. It used to never be that way.
Cup Series, right now, I would rank the Cup Series third. Trucks would be second. Xfinity would be the best racing out of them.
I give you that. I'm just talking about like the cautions because like there was a stretch there in that truck race where there was like 3 or 4 cautions. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, but think back to the Cup Series used to be like that too every now and then.
Sometimes, but I feel like every truck race I watch, once one caution happens, there's like 3 right after it. They don't even make it through the first corner before.
I know somebody posted it in our Discord. Oh, you did? Old Twisted Sister coming to iRacing?
Yeah.
Oh, and they scanned a Gordon car, which that thing's all cheated up. Guys, if you're
he's
not
retired from watching the Truck Series,
if you're not in our Discord, come in there. It's today I streamed the last 50 laps just sitting in there BSing. Like that's what it's for. When we're not having racing, we want to get to know you guys better. Come hang out and BS.
I will put it in the comment section right here. If it comes through, I know last time I tried to post a link, it did not come through right. But there is the invite link to the Discord if you're not in it.
You can copy and paste. It's not a link, but copy and paste it. It'll work.
Very first Facebook post I see is the NASCAR playoffs needs to be abolished.
I haven't opened Facebook. Let's see what mine is.
I would recommend not. It's just so frustrating, man. It's just so frustrating.
Mine is the most illegitimate championship in sports history.
Not wrong.
I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, as a fan base, we are all in agreement. Dude, this is more like WWE than WWE right now.
And yet we'll be fed the bullshit by Steve Phelps, Steve O'Donnell, that this is exactly what they want and that this is great and they're not going to change a thing, and that's absolute horseshit.
This is
that
the best part of the playoffs because the guy who's ranked 9th, always has a shot. Fuck that. That's stupid.
I mean, where was he at in standings before this? If you take away the playoffs, Phil,
I'm not sure.
Because I would love to do a project here
before the playoffs.
Sure. We'll go before the playoffs. Sure. I think it was like 14th, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Let's just for this idea here, this project here. That would make, in 2023, your champion was Kyle Busch, who finished in 14th with 3 wins, almost more than Logano's this season. In 2022, your champion would have been Tyler Reddick. 2021, your champion would have been Alex Bowman. 2020, your champion would have been William Byron. 2019, your champion would have been Eric Almirola.
What?
2018, Jimmy Johnson would have got his 8th championship.
Hold on, wait. What did you just say?
Eric Almirola, if the 14th place driver won the championship in all these years, Eric Almirola would have been your 2019 champion. Is anybody considering Eric fucking Almirola as a champion?
He's a hell of a wheelman now in that Gibbs car.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. You go into the best fucking Xfinity car there is.
Hey, Brandon Jones can't do it.
That's true. We'll find that out next year, I guess. 2017, Kurt Busch would have won his 2nd championship, Phil. 2016 would have been Austin Dillon. Has anybody uttered the phrases Austin Dillon and Cup Series champion in the same fucking sentence? 2015 would have been Paul Menard. 2013 would be Brad Keselowski. 2012 would have been Ryan Newman. I'm just going through until we're past the chase. 2011, Casey Kane. 2010, Jamie McMurray. It gets funnier as we go along here. 2009 would have been Matt Kenseth.
I'd be all right with that one.
2008 would have been Casey Kane again. 2-time Cup Series champion Casey Kane, by this logic.
Ain't no way.
2007 was Greg Biffle.
All number 69 himself, huh?
2006 would have been Casey Mears. 2005 would have been Kevin Harvick. I'll just go all the way to 2000 at this point.
Those are, Casey Mears. That's another one that, always everybody thought because of his last name he was going to be something great. But
Phil, you'd like this one. 2004 would have been Kevin Harvick. So Kevin Harvick would have been a back-to-back Cup Series champion. 2003 would have been Rusty Wallace, which that would have been cool.
That's a fast cat right there.
2002 would have been Michael fucking Waltrip. 2002, 14th was Michael Waltrip. If they had the playoffs in 2002, Earnhardt would have said something.
Who?
2001 was Ward Burton.
How would he have said something in 2002 when he died in 2001?
He'd find a way. And 2000 would have been Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth would have been a 3-time champion.
He'd find a way.
He'd find a way. I'm just saying. He'd find a way. I like when they used to post the money.
Listen, when Dale died, NASCAR died, boys.
Dude, by the logic of the 14th place finisher being champion, Michael Waltrip would have won the championship in 1996. He'd be a 2-time Cup champion. 89 would have been Kawicki. That's deserving. Kawicki always deserving.
I watched a really good documentary about him the other day.
Richard Petty would have had an 8th championship in 86.
Hey, somebody up top, Junior mentioned it. Highlight his comment after you send our link over.
Hard for Menard?
No, the one above that. Not the one above that. Yeah, that one.
Absolutely. Rest in peace to Bobby Allison. That was an unfortunate thing. We both found out in my backyard yesterday that Bobby Allison passed away.
My kid texted me.
What the fuck? I'm early. Your kid did text you.
Yep.
NASCAR might as well. They would be in a lab like Walt Disney. Junior, I tell you what, Steve Wallace has a hot rod, Rusty, all the way from 2003.
That cat, Steve Wallace, digging up through the field.
I don't hate Rusty on commentary, by the way. I don't.
I just hate when somebody is announcing somebody in their family.
I hate Logano winning a championship today more than anything.
I would rather listen to Bill Weber announce the championship than Joey Logano win. Dude, we need to get a hold of Weber. Everything went downhill when Weber left.
Everything went downhill once we found where Bill Weber was.
Since we found Weber, dude. All because you and I decided to Facebook stalk Bill Weber.
Junior, I hate Logano even more. Phil, am I now justified from walking away from Joey Logano when you said there's Joey Logano over there?
I've hated Joey Logano for a long time. I've known Joey Logano since he lived in Connecticut and raced late models. He's a punk ass bitch back then.
Actually, he's selling hot sauce now.
He sells hot sauce. He owns a hot
sells
sauce
hot sauce at a hot sauce place in Tampa,
like an hour from us. AJ, it is the off season. We may have to work up a trip.
I don't hate Rusty. Okay. I didn't like Rusty on TV commentary, but on radio commentary, it's not bad.
He's good on MRN or PRN, whichever one he does.
He's good on PRN.
You know who I really like now on radio, though?
Who's that?
I heard him today. Derek Pernasiglio.
I don't know if I could answer that for you to who the hell that is.
You don't know Derek Pernasiglio? He used to be a pit road reporter for one of the TV deals too. But he's
Junior flying in with the I'm gonna bust his ass.
Oh my God. I'll bust his ass.
Thanks, Tony. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kid's an idiot.
Kid's an idiot. Wins one race.
He wins one bush race. He thinks he's a cup driver now.
20 minutes. A kid's an idiot.
I
don't even know. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like,
Tristan, when does Derek Cope get his championship? Stand
1990.
by. Stand by. I'll look for it.
He won the Daytona 500, dude. That's all he needs. All because of the damn seagull, man.
Jeffrey Bodine would have been the 1991 champion.
Oh my God.
There was nothing wrong with Bodine. Morgan Shepherd would have been the 1992 champion.
That was when he was driving for the Wood Brothers, though, dude. He was good as hell back then. He always won. Atlanta. Tell you what.
Golly, when does Derek Cope win a championship? Did Derek Cope ever finish in the top 15?
Oh, that was 91. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Tim Richmond would have been a multi-time champion.
90 was... Who was 90? Ernie Irvin, or was that 90? That was 90. Because Davey was 92.
Dick Brooks would have won the 1983 championship.
I think. I don't know, dude. Dick Brooks going off 14th place?
Going on 14th place, yeah.
Oh, dude, I got to look up that video we were talking about at your house last night.
Which video is that?
The one about the dude with the helmet padding, remember?
Oh, when he had that issue with
He died because he took his helmet padding out, is what they said.
Phil? In 1987, 14th place finisher Phil Parsons would have won the championship.
That cat, Stephen Parsons.
16th that year was Benny Parsons.
Was that were they both driving for tobacco then? Skoal or Copenhagen or whatever?
Does not give me that information, but perhaps.
I think they were. I think so.
81 was Tim Richmond. Where's 80? 80 would have been Ronnie Thomas. You got me on a wild goose chase right now, Tristan. I'm in 1979. I don't even know Derek Cope was racing in 1979. Maybe 77. Skip Manning would have won in 1977.
Larry Smith.
Larry Smith? Ernie won the 91 Daytona 500. The Seagull was 91. Meanwhile, Dale cut his damn tire down to turn 3.
Listen, as a NASCAR fan, copy and paste that video and watch that.
Patrick, he does MRN. Rusty says, I tell you what, every other word. He does. I picked up on that, actually. He does say that every other word. God, this is shitty, Phil.
It's a Brock Beard, dude. That's who that video is. It's a Brock Beard, NASCAR man history.
The NAS Cody, everybody's favorite. Why do I let the sport ruin my day each week? Shout out the off season. Joey Logano was the last NASCAR driver that President Trump introduced to the White House in 2019. Oh my God, Joey Logano had a 17.11 average finish this season.
I'm gonna bust his ass.
Apparently Noah Gragson was doing donuts on the cooldown lap. Phil, I'm gonna send you in the private chat. Old Victor's tweet.
Oh my God.
You can check our private chat, Phil. And just go ahead and click that link.
Oh my God.
Rusty watches King of the Hill. Just say, I tell you what. Larry Smith documentary is good. No, must have done that. I'm imagining so.
I had never heard that, but like you watch that documentary though, Patrick, and they're like, the car didn't really look that damaged. And I'm like, half the car is friggin' gone. Like the right side of the car is folded all the way halfway over. What do they mean there's not that much damage? Like it ain't like cars of today. So AJ and I have done a little talking, and we plan on doing some stuff coming up in the off season, a little bit of like we get together and talk about shit like that, different documentaries and shit, and put together a little list. But we want to also do a little bit of short track coverage. We got the Snowball Derby, which has a ton of NASCAR presence coming up. AJ and I both plan to be live at the Bigley Memorial at the Freedom Factory, I believe, is the plan.
When's that, next weekend?
Thanksgiving, 28, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
That's right. It is 2 weeks. And old Majeski's in that, isn't he?
3. Actually, I think it's 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks. 2 weeks would be the...
NRE put up a Twitter poll. Will you be back watching next season? And at this point, 428 votes. Post was put up 43 minutes ago. 68% yes, which means 32% of people say they will not be watching next season.
I'm not that guy that says I won't watch, because I will. Because I'm a NASCAR fan.
Christopher Bell would have overtaken Chase Elliott for the Winston Cup points this weekend. Would have won it by 5.
Okay. But like as a NASCAR fan, I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to watch. Am I going to be happy about it? Probably not.
I could sit here today and tell you I won't watch next season, but next season I'll be right there in the grandstands in Daytona going, fuck yeah, we're here again. Patrick says he actually has that race Larry Smith passed away in on DVD, the radio broadcast.
Wow. What now, dude?
Dude, I don't know. I'm glad, like, Phil, for this is our 11th episode. I am glad of the direction that you and I have been able to bring this show to in 11 episodes. The viewers and commenters have been phenomenal.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Seriously, appreciate you guys being here like every single week, giving us shit to talk about, and you know, We plan on doing this again next season, but
I'd imagine we're going to have a couple off-season shows. We might try to collaborate with some Left Turn Cult stuff in the off-season.
I may make some calls and see if maybe we can get a couple guests to join us.
That for sure. Like, if we can do that, we'll have an episode out. Michael Jordan went down pit road and shook hands with multiple competitors post-race, including runner-up Ryan Blaney.
Jordan and him are good friends, though. They talked after last week. Jordan went and congratulated him.
I'm just so mad. Officially, Joey Logano would have finished 14th in the point standings this season if there was no playoff format.
Absolutely ridiculous.
So all those drivers that we just mentioned would have 100% been the champion if it went by that logic. Can Jimmy Johnson just call it a fucking career at this point?
I know. What are you doing out here running 21st, bro?
I mean, it's better than where he was in practice the other day, I guess, but everyone's blaming Austin Cindric now.
Speaking of practice, though, how about that comeback by Allgaier again after that incident and like how frustrated he was, dude? Like got out and started screaming at his crew chief.
Dude, I don't know if the Cup finale was solid. This race wasn't good. This race wasn't good. What'd you say again, Phil? I apologize.
Allgaier
coming back. That was
after the practice wreck and then helping graphic up Brandon Jones's car.
I just think that the whole celebration with him and Junior was perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. Yeah, Tristan, we got to thank everybody. I mean, this literally was a late night on iRacing. Phil and I just like, let's do a podcast. 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, we were here. Junior, I don't think if Dale's actually put down that flag yet. I don't have confirmation for you. Jimmy, I applaud the dude still wanting to race. I mean, I applaud him for wanting to race, but God, you're a 7-time Cup Series champion, man. You could drive off into the sunset, just give a shit about what you do at Legacy, and nobody would bat an eye.
He's in a Toyota, though, bro. Yeah, dude, look at this.
He definitely was buzzed. Shit, Junior, just like the rest of us over there on pit road, we've been drinking since fucking noon. It's still majestic. Let that man carry it. He's carrying it into the DBC or the Dirty Boat Studios tomorrow. What's that?
AJ had it perfect last night, though, bro. We were playing cornhole and had the race just to our left so we could throw the bags and then look over. Perfect.
Dude, that backyard setup I was happy with.
Oh, it was good. Except for the fact you had us throwing downhill, bro.
I
made me throw uphill to start and then throwing downhill.
Sorry, my yard isn't the way you want it, Phil. It's not as level as it could be. I mean, my bad.
Had my game off on the second game, dude. I at least did something worth the damn on the first one. Second one, I couldn't do nothing.
I actually found throwing downhill was a little bit better.
It was probably the beers, no lie.
It was probably the beers.
It was probably the beers.
Got any comments about how small this room is, Phil?
That room's a lot bigger than it looks. That wall looks like it's about 20 feet behind him, but it's really like 6 feet.
It's really not a big room.
I walked in last night and I was like, damn, this room looks a lot bigger than I thought. That is like a 1980s casting couch, though.
Hey, don't hate on the couch.
I didn't hate on it. That's the most comfortable couch I've sat in a long time. You say you pass out on the couch in the living room, dude. If I lay down on that, that's it. It's all over.
The couch over in the living room, you hit that automatic recline, that's it. Game over. Ball game. Just might as well tuck yourself in there. It's over. Hell, Dale Jr. is going to stand on top of JRM tomorrow waving the flag. He'll be waving at his employees pulling the parking lot.
You know what we need to plan, AJ?
What's that?
We need to plan a Coke 600 trip.
I'd do it. I was wanting to do it next season
because you do the whole fanfare deal throughout the week where the shops have their fan get-togethers and all that.
I wanted to do it as part of our honeymoon idea, but then I'm like, She ain't gonna want to do a week doing racing shit. I know her. I know her well enough to know that ain't happening.
I'm not gonna lie, I brought a whole plate of food home last night and I ate it as soon as I got home.
I heard my aunt ran you down.
She did. She did. I was in front of your house for like 10 minutes BSing with her. Next time they have a party, I'm invited over. We're gonna go over.
Phil met the family yesterday for the first time. My
right
aunt
in,
ran him out the door.
And I sat down with the boys out back and we just started talking shit.
Well, now you've seen where I come from.
Your uncle added me on Facebook today.
Did he really?
Well, I sent him a request first.
I'm not shocked.
So AJ's aunt and uncle actually live in my house that I lived in before I bought this house.
It was such a small world thing.
So we were over. I was helping AJ cut up a tree after the hurricane, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my uncle lives over there." And I was like, "Oh really? Where's he live?" And he's like, "I don't know." And he called him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I live at this address." And I was like, "Dude, that's my old house." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, I built race cars out of that back shop, dude. Like that was my house until I bought this one."
So, and then you saw all the shit we gave my other uncle because we've always made fun of him because that extra building would have been great for all of his lawn equipment.
It's great.
Patrick getting ready for Sunday Night Football. Well, I mean, hell, you might as well get ready for Sunday Night Football because there wasn't any post-race coverage.
I know the like I have never seen it, but did you see the Cowboys helmets for this weekend?
I did not.
With the red, white, and blue stripe?
I didn't even know they did that this weekend. The
They've
Cowboys
done it-
were on the field this weekend?
Yeah, I guess so. Brandon told me about it, but they've done it, I guess, like the last 4 years, and it's got a red, white, and blue stripe down the middle.
William Richard, NASCAR opinion on Twitter. David Pearson, Cale Yarborough, Lee Petty, Tony Stewart, Darrell Waltrip, Joey Logano. That is a list of 3-time Cup Series champions. One name is different than the others. 100%. 1,000,000%.
You know what I hate? So let me throw this out there while we're talking about illegitimate race wins, championships, whatever.
Oh wow, there's the red, white, and blue helmet, by the way. Very
Looks
nice.
pretty nice, doesn't it?
Does look
They've
nice.
done that for Veterans Day, I guess, for the last 4 years. I had no idea.
What's up?
I was just looking at the comment that's on the side over there from
Hang on.
Facebook user. The Hall of Fame. Let's just call out the horse shit that is too.
Is that Facebook user because Cooper's technically banned? Is that Cooper?
I don't know.
That's got to be Cooper. It's either Cooper or Bailey. One of the two
go-
that's a Stuart Haas fan.
Let me go on the Facebook page.
Logano's the worst 3-time champs. Tristan's a Cowboys fan. Sorry, motherfuckers, they lost too. I'm just disappointed. I am so disappointed.
It is Cooper.
Is it Cooper?
It is.
I don't know why he comes up like that.
It says Coop heartbroken. And then he posted that.
Did Cooper get banned by Facebook in the midst of commenting that?
I don't know.
It's definitely Cooper.
But-
There's some fucks thrown.
But like, tell me the Hall of Fame. Like, I understand their idea, but there's a lot of people in the Hall of Fame that should not be in the Hall of Fame. Just my honest opinion.
I'm trying to think of who isn't deserving to be in the. I mean, I got a controversial one. Carl Edwards is an Hall of Famer.
Nope.
He's just fan favorite, 100%. At Hall of Famer, I don't know. Banned from my boys' show. My team quits. Gonna hang it up and retire.
It's okay, Cooper. It's all because AJ tried to ban you and Tristan, but Tristan's back. I don't know.
Pure accident. All on accident.
Can't believe it, dude.
I'm gonna acknowledge that Justin Allgaier is my NASCAR champion after this week.
That's my boy. I'm like, I told you last night, like the most deserving champion in a long time, in my opinion.
Allgaier, yeah.
7 times in the Final Four, finally pulled it off, finally had something go his way. And not only just like, it's not like he didn't race his ass off for it, because he drove his ass off for it. From the start to the finish.
I think it's safe to say that Chase Briscoe might be closing off Joe Gibbs Racing by the end of it. In 2017, Chase Briscoe scores the last win for Brad Keselowski Racing in their last start. And in 2024, Chase Briscoe scores Stewart Haas Racing's last Cup win, a crown jewel in the walk-off win in the regular season finale. So now he's going to close Joe Gibbs Racing after his tenure there is done.
I mean, maybe he'll end up at Penske and Joey will help him get a hair transplant because he sure as hell needs it.
And I guess your owner's champion is the 22 Yippee Kaye for those who give an actual shit about that one.
So, is it just me or did like Ty Gibbs suck at the end of the year?
Ah, dude, that was weird, wasn't it? Wasn't that weird?
Just terrible.
Awful today, too.
Finished last again.
Someone posted a video of that popcorn flipper at the movie theater, said Joey Logano if this wasn't the championship format. God, I don't know. I don't know if I can. I hate saying that champions are asterisked, but this one's it. Justin did great. Proud of him. Eddie DeHunt and all junior motorsports. 100%. Absolutely. Ty randomly broke after the first lap. Ty just wanted to get an early start on the off season. This isn't where I park my car. Coop Lives Matter. I'm just happy that we have a couple weeks off now. I've been needing it.
Silly season starts now, bro.
Now silly season starts. I don't know when we're going to do another episode.
And the crazy thing is there's so many people without rides for next year.
I think it all really hangs on what happens with 2311. Because I believe that if the 2311 stuff stays the way it is, I think the drivers that are currently in rides will not have those rides come Daytona.
You don't think so?
I think if Reddick actually is a free agent, if this doesn't go through, the team would be stupid not to pick up Reddick.
Do you think he goes somewhere though? I mean, whether they have a charter or not, I don't see that team backing down. I see them still showing up, charterless or not.
Hamlin said this week that there is no plans to be at Daytona if this stuff doesn't go through.
Really? I haven't seen that.
He said something close to it. I might be speaking out of
yeah. It's probably the liquor, Jim Leahy.
I felt like Leahy there for 95% of that race.
I am the liquor.
I am the liquor.
Mowing there, Rand.
Trying to find the tweet. For the first time, Denny Hamlin said it's possible 2311 racing isn't in the Daytona 500.
No shit, dude.
That was an article on racingnews.com. I'm trying to find the actual quote. 2311 could be absent from the track in 2025. Quote, I think it's all to be determined. There are certain agreements we're going to have to navigate, so I hope so. And that was the quote. So he might not actually be there next season.
Wow.
Front row, I mean, Noah being at front row, and who else is over there? Yeah, thank God the Patriots won that game today. But, yeah, that's where we sit. Sorry this wasn't a happy, joyous episode of Clean Air Show.
We got a couple weeks to regroup, come back with fresh outlooks. But right now, it's a little somber over here, dude.
It's a little shitty.
Justin Allgaier, your 2024 NASCAR champion.
Justin Allgaier, 2024 NASCAR Cup champion. I got nothing else to add, Phil. You got anything?
Thank you guys, all you guys, for being here once again. Coop, appreciate you. Tristan, I hate you, but I love you. Thank you for being here.
Patrick, thank you for being here all season long with us since we started this thing. Junior, thank you for coming in here and commenting with us. And
guys, join the Discord. Seriously, even if we're on iRacing bullshit and playing around, guys, come in and hang out. Like, we plan on hanging out in there here and there. So shoot us a message if you want to bullshit, go over stuff. If you got news we haven't said, follow us on the old socials.
And if you're listening to us right now, we put the link for it in there for the Discord. So go ahead, join the Discord, get talking with everybody.
We'll share it over on the Facebook page too. I'll get that shared here in a little bit.
Follow us on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. This way, you know when we go live, and we plan on going live a couple times in the off season. It's just to be determined on when we come back, and we will definitely be back for Daytona, getting all that squared away. Tristan says, Phil, stay out of hospitality sections. AJ, much love, brother. Tristan, I'll see you in
you. I tell him I
2
love
months.
him, and I get told to not get fat, dude.
Actually, Phil, you're going to be at the wedding. Tristan's going to be at the wedding. We'll have the meet up there.
I'll be there. We'll have a good time.
We got a lot to go through. Then we'll be back.
Yes.
Fuck, this sucks. End it again one more time with your Justin Allgaier comment, and I'll end out the show.
Which one?
About how he's our champion.
Oh, Justin Allgaier, 2024 NASCAR champion.
See you in the next one.
See you, boys.